Welcome back to some Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling, and shall we see what's going on our lovely little island of Fawnhollow today. And this video might be a little bit weird because I've got Spiritfarer open in the background, which hopefully, if I've done this right, you cannot hear and you cannot see, because this is, of course, an Animal Crossing episode, not Spiritfarer. But it's because mainly it's Spiritfarer's on its final sort of few videos, and the final things left to do are not particularly interesting. In this case, it's me growing 30 tea leaves. So I need to let it continue to run in the background just to make sure that because I wanted to grow those things off camera rather than on camera, so the exciting things can be left for on camera. So there we go. If I get a bit distracted, that's me just glancing over to Spiritfarer every so often. So hello there everyone, right now in Fawnhollow it's 4:31 p.m. on Monday, March 22nd, 2021. Where it isn't needs to be called blah 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 crossword puzzle something as well going on as per usual about her usual things which have been going on. I know I'm sounding a bit like a broken record, to be honest, but honestly, when don't I say the same things over and over and over again. So sorry about that. That's probably either the earliest cutaway that's ever happened in a video. Got a random spam caller, but anyway, sorry in advance dear. I think everyone's got a relative who's always buying them clothes but has no idea what they're like. My aunt sent me this cutesy thing and that's not me. So she gets a thank you card and you get the gear. Do whatever you want with it, Mira. I think Fuchsia sent us that before, maybe Flo did, I can't remember. Yeah, it was a very, very interesting. Oh, Blossom dress. It sounds pretty. Oh, it's this dress. It's one of the starting dresses in Wild World, I remember that. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird spam caller because it was from country code 37. What country code is that? I don't know. And normally Google does a good job of blocking out any other spam callers by filtering it, being like, ooh, you know, highly likely that this call is a spam call. I mean, I'm like, oh, thank you, Google. Didn't want to pick it up anyway. But, you know, so that's why nowadays, if something gets through, I'm just like, oh, this might actually be something legitimate. But I saw plus 37. Let's see, Rocking KK. Is that something we need? No, it's not, so we can close the AC collections. And I was like, I'm not sure someone from a different country is particularly inclined to call me here in UK. I don't even know what country code plus 37 is. And I would Google it, but I've got Spiritfarer open, and annoyingly, if you alt-tab out of Spiritfarer, it pauses the game. And that will cause my tea leaves not to grow. It's okay, I only need about 12 more or so it's not going to take too long. We have a wandering visitor for today. And it can't be Flick or CJ. Well, it's not that it can't be Flick or CJ, it's unlikely to be Flick or CJ, because we had them both last week. I think we had Sahara as well, so it basically has to be Gulliver. I think, is the only one we didn't have last week. Hello, Amelia. We should really make more of an effort to speak to all of our villagers, because why not? I mean, they're just wandering about on our island, not speaking with anyone. That would be very sad and very, well, not sad, but more like boring, I suppose. So yes, we'll make an effort to speak with you. Oh, I see. My tea leaves need watering in Spiritfarer. Just hop over and do that very quickly while I simultaneously move around. There we go. Just play 2 games simultaneously. That's what I often do. Actually, that's actually a thing I do a lot, surprisingly. It's a high trademark of a game. Is how playable is it at the same time as playing a different game. Because, you know, if I want to play some League of Legends with my friends, I don't really care all that much about League of Legends unless it's I suppose it's ranked. But even then, I'm sort of like, this book is hard to read. The pages are warped, like we got in Wet before. I think it's an exercise book. Okay, so this must be where it ends. But oftentimes I have a video, a different game, open on my other monitor, because that's the benefit of having second monitors. That's what you can do if you want to flex on someone, you know. It's like, ooh, you want to look up information at the same time as playing a game. There you go. Well, here's a whole another flex, playing another game while playing at the same time as playing your initial game. The biggest flex of all. You might ask what my game of choice is. I don't know what it used to be. It used to be one of, like, a gacha game or something I'd like play on my phone, because that's a bit easier than doing it on second monitor, except for, of course, playing League of Legends at the same time is not really feasible. So when I say same time, it's more like doing it in between deaths or periods where I don't actually need my focus on League. Currently, it's another gacha game, a browser game, Idolmaster Shiny Colors. Would I recommend you play it? Not unless you know Japanese. So, I mean, you can check it out if you're interested. Don't let me stop you, I'm just saying. It's all in Japanese, so it'd probably be more frustrating if anything. Oh yes, I keep forgetting, we need to give Flip, not puzzle, what's the word? You know the word. A fossil. Kind of sounds like puzzle. Yeah, and I play that in between deaths. because that is turn-based, so it's not something which needs my full-on attention, like my Cinderella Girls, Starlight Sage, which I used to play, which is a rhythm game, and you know, having to pause in the middle of like a beat map on a rhythm game and continue it is very strange. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, the TDs have started to grow in just a little bit in Spiritfarer. You might ask, hey, why don't you play the song at the same time in Spiritfarer to make them grow faster? You know what? That's a great idea. Let's try it. Let's see if I can play Animal Crossing and do this song at the same time. It's gonna be difficult. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I missed it. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay, this is not feasible. Dun 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 dun. But it's okay, I don't need to play every single note correctly, I guess. And if I just remember the song in my head and I remember the notes, I can sort of do it by memory. Not quite, not 100% perfect, and I'm missing a few notes here and there. It's not bad, surprisingly. I've got a good hit rate. Now, the problem comes if I need to use my other hand while playing Animal Crossing, in which case it's going to be a bit more finicky to do, for certain. Dun dun dun. Oh, I mistimed. Dun 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 dun. I completely mistimed all of that, but we actually did get a plant growing, so there we go. That's not my intention to play multiple games at the same time. That's not really a trademark, I suppose, of this channel. That'd be such a strange trademark to have of any sort of YouTube channel. But the whole thing, the whole shtick is that they're playing multiple games at the same time, all at the same time. Wait, I actually can play this at the same time because I forgot I can use my OBS monitoring screen to look at Animal Crossing rather than having to go all the entire way across looking at a whole nother monitor. Which you might say it defeats the point of having another monitor, and you know, I'm inclined to agree with you there. But this is not the usual use case for having another monitor. The usual use case is a bit more subdued, I suppose, in this. So while I'm casually just walking into everything, don't mind me. Oh wait, we need to go talk to Rowan, I forgot. Was he in his house? I suppose this also means we're not sprinting anywhere. Okay. I'm clearly not going to carry on doing this because this is dreadful. Where are you, Rowan? You could be in Nooks. If he's not in Nooks or Able Sisters, I don't know what else we'll do. Okay, you know what? It's a bit too difficult playing this at the same time, but we actually did manage to grow 2 of the tea leaves plants while doing that, which is utterly astonishing, to say the least. I actually want to see that now. What? Excuse me. I thought I pressed A to get in. Hello? Oh, I'm pressing B. That's why. It's because the Steam controller controls and the what's it called? No, the Joy-Con have A and B at different places. Okay, so Audie's in here, which is, you know, not a bad thing, of course. Audie's fantastic, but it's not who we're expecting. So if he's in the museum, I'm just gonna be like, whatever. Do I really want to go in the museum and try and find him to give him this back? That's what a good friend would do, because that's what friends do. It's what we do. You know that song is a song by Mando Pony or something. I wonder what they're up to nowadays. They used to make like a load of Five Nights at Freddy's and Animal Crossing. Not loads, but made like a Five Nights at Freddy's fan song, Animal Crossing fan song. I think they did a load of My Little Pony fan songs. That's how I know them in the first place. Well, no, of them. I shouldn't say know them. It's not like I know them personally or anything like that. We should also probably I was going to say liquidate our assets. That's not what I meant. Customize our watering can. There's a little bit of something different. But yeah. Do this because we don't want this one to break. If the shovel breaks, then the shovel breaks. Oh, I guess we should customize it anyway because there's no colourful shovel currently. For sale. For sale, baby shoes never worn. I forget you can customize this different colours. It's a bit strange. I didn't actually pay attention. You might be able to put your own custom design on the shovel, which would probably makes most sense to me, but what can you do? Oh, was Ryan walking around the middle? It was Raymond and someone else. Oh, hello, Flick. So I guess we do have Flick 2 times in a row. It's fine. I'm not complaining. Flick is one of the better ones to have. I'm not sure right now if we got any insects Flick that we can... Oh no, we actually did it recently, didn't we? We got some insects which we caught to give out to Flick and CJ. The other tea tree has grown. I'm not sure what it's called. Tea tree? Tea tree doesn't sound right. I guess we'll water these flowers as well. It doesn't seem like there's anything here we particularly need to want to buy. That's not really a phrase. I really want to see that now. I want to see a whole YouTube channel just dedicated for one person playing multiple games at the same time and trying to do them both to a competent level rather than what I'm doing right now is a bit strange, isn't it? Do we need any of these? We don't really need any of these. Okay, well, we're going to scour the museum and try and find Rowan. The alternative, if he's not in the museum, is he's visiting someone else, which is going to be a bit annoying, but maybe we'll find Flip at the same time and we can give him this present. This Prezi. Because multitasking, you know, not an easy thing to do, easier for some people than others. Can I multitask? I don't think like I'm the best at it. I can do it to a certain degree depending, but I feel like I can't do two things simultaneously, but I can focus on two tasks simultaneously, sort of, by flipping back and forth between them. I don't think it's obviously... Oh, no. No, this is not yours. Oh, it could be yours. No, it can't be yours because I'm not good enough friends with you yet to... Oh, we have to find Rowan first. Okay, well, Flip's in his house. If you're wondering why it's definitely not Flip's, it's because we're not good friends enough with Flip yet to be able to identify his items. But we are good friends enough with Rowan, and he's the only other jock on this godforsaken island. No, it's a bit dramatic. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, multitasking ain't easy, but if it's two tasks which I can do like in alternating fashion, I suppose. Like do one bit and do another as like an invisible timer counts down and the other task I'm doing. Like if it's not two tasks which need to be done simultaneously, if there's like waiting periods in between them, I can certainly do it. Will I get it done as well as just focusing on one task and focusing on the other? Not in most cases, but probably never actually in any cases now I think about it. That's my guess. I'm not actually sure. Now that tank looks so full with everything in it, I'm not gonna lie. But I guess that's kind of a case of all things, like doing one thing with your undivided attention versus doing multiple things, dividing your attention. Of course you're never going to do that with multiple things nearly as well. Well, maybe not nearly as well, quite as well as you could do if you just focus solely on it, but that's not really the point of doing multitasking. The point of multitasking is you have a load of tasks which you don't need to do quite perfectly, but you just need to get done simultaneously for whatever reason. Most common reason for me is, of course, I suppose when I'm playing games, is when certain games have like a cooldown period or like a wait out period, like loading screens or something. So you can quickly do an action on that game, wait for a loading screen while you play a different game at the same time, and then go back to the other game once the same thing happens in the other game. Of course, some games are better at it than others, like, you know, real-time games like League of Legends, quite hard to do unless you die a lot, or you have to recall a lot, that sort of thing. Those times might mean nothing to you if you never played League, but still. But, you know, it's quite easy with turn-based games, such as, you know, Shiny Colours, or, I don't know, probably what other games I used to play it simultaneously, but the point is an efficiency-based game, so it only makes sense in certain contexts, especially with games which are meant to be entertainment vehicles, I suppose, if I was to put them in the most alien terms possible, for you to enjoy, right? So it sort of defeats the point of playing two games simultaneously. It's like, it's not like it doubles your entertainment output or something. Ha! The fun has been doubled, as a reference you'll get, maybe, if you watch My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. What episode was it? Season 2, episode 4, Lunar Eclipse? I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. If that's actually right, that'd be astonishing. But anyway, I'm not going to explain that reference. Why? Because I can't bother. And maybe I'll do it if I run out of things to talk about, but we're not there yet. No, because it's not like you double your fun by playing two games simultaneously. It's really much more of an efficiency thing, isn't it? Like, for two tasks you do simultaneously, you do them at the same time, because there's waiting periods in one of them which you can overlap with doing a task of another one. And I mean, while that's true in certain games that you can play, it's not like, yeah, you don't double your fun is really the point I was trying to get at. But the side step is if it's a game which requires commitment. But oh yeah, by the way, look, it lights up if you stand here. If you didn't know that, now you do. If it's a game that has these downtimes, these cooldown periods, these loading screens or whatever, you can play games simultaneously at the time. But I feel like I'd only do it if it's a game that focusing on it will not give me much more enjoyment. It's more like a chore, I suppose, to do it. But it's a thing I want to do because it leads to better times later. without stopping. Like, in the Spiritfarer thing, like, it's not giving me much enjoyment focusing 100% of my attention on growing these tea leaves. But if I do it while simultaneously playing this Animal Crossing, you know, hopefully I'll get all the tea leaves grown, and it means next time I record a Spiritfarer episode, it will be good, because I won't have to do it on camera. Which is good. Spiritfarer has basically come to an end now. It's probably got one more episode in it. I actually thought it was going to end within these 2 episodes, but there's actually quite a few things. Not quite a few things, but a select few things which I haven't quite finished yet to get 100% done. Even I say it's 100%, it's not actually 100% because I've missed out on some of the achievements, as I've checked from before. There's achievements to like get everyone to max happiness at least once, but I haven't done that with all my people, but I can't do that anymore because they've gone now, so, you know, spoilers I guess for Spiritfarer if you're ever going to watch it. It's on like episode 50 now or something, so I don't think you would have. you probably would have checked it out by now if you could have. But yeah. I mean, it's not even spoilers, it's like in the description of game of what happens. But yeah. It's doing these menial tasks, these chore-like tasks. Whoa, I forgot how awesome this butterfly room was. Which is when it really makes most sense to do so. But yeah, and it's kind of like watching a video, I suppose, at the same time as playing a game or doing something similar. And also Rowan was not here, so Rowan is visiting someone. Either that or he's walking around and we didn't see him. Which could have happened because I was not paying full attention while I was Spiritfaring. Because I was too busy Spiritfaring. But yeah, what was my point? Yeah, because I do that a lot. Like I watch a YouTube video or like a live stream at the same time as I'm playing game, drawing, doing something else. It's kind of like, I suppose it's not too dissimilar to like listening to a podcast, and I've talked about podcasts before and how I tend to not be able to concentrate while playing a podcast at the same time. Which is, you know, true. It's not like that goes against what I said before. If it's something which requires my undivided focus, like I'm doing a particularly annoying bit of drawing or programming or whatever, I pause the video, I pause the musical. Actually, I don't normally pause music if I do it, because music tends to not grab my focus as much. It sometimes does. It depends if it's got lyrics or not. But I'll pause it to focus on particularly what I'm doing. Hello, Bruce. So I'm trying to water this flower at the same time. What's up, hero? Wait a sec while you stand yourself. Nope. They do that because if you need to hand them something, we can't be sitting down for it. But Rowan was not there. Rowan's not at Lily's house. Rowan can't be at Audie's house. What? Wasn't Audie out about? Oh no, she was at Nook's. Maybe he's not visiting someone? There's nowhere else he could be, so he might just be walking around. Right, Audie's asleep, so we'll just sort of let it be. If you don't know, if you walk in and then just walk out while they're awake and aware, they'll question mark you as you do so. So if they're conscious that I do at least try and talk to them. Otherwise it's a bit strange, isn't it? Could be at Jakey's house. Could be. Don't think we checked it. Jakey could also be crafting. Yeah, we haven't found a person crafting yet, so. Jakey and Mira are the only 2 left, aren't we? I think, because Vivian's out. Raymond is out. Is Amelia's out, I think. Yeah, so that's it. Rowan must be visiting Vivian's house. Not Vivian, Mira. What do you say? A shopping cart? Oh, a clacker cart. If that's one of those little toys, isn't it? I must say, these tea leaves do grow very, very slowly. But yeah, I don't know, multitasking. I don't know if that really counts as multitasking. It's like watching a YouTube video while doing something else. Because, I mean, by strict definition, I suppose, it does mean multitasking. But when I imagine multitasking, I imagine it more as in you're trying to focus on 2 active tasks at the same time. Okay, Rowan was here this entire time. I wasted a lot of time walking about, but there we go. What would it be if I wasn't mildly inefficient while playing Animal Crossing? I suppose I'm multitasking right now. Anyway, playing Animal Crossing, trying to play Animal Crossing while also trying to speak about nonsense for half an hour. Apparently we're already done for 20 minutes. I didn't realise that. So we need to give stuff to Flick. We need to put down this Lily of the Valley. We need to sort out our flowers. We've got lots to do. And by lots to do, I mean not really that much to do. But I'm still going to stretch it out. Because I just to avoid decorating stuff. Not that I've got anything against decorating. I've got no plans. No future. Wait, that sounded much more depressing than I meant. I mean, in Animal Crossing. Hopefully I still have a future. In real life. I don't know why I wouldn't, but... Anyway, what's my point? Yeah, I don't know if like watching a YouTube video or whatever, and doing something else counts so much as multitasking outside of a strictest... Is that how you say that word? Strict. Yeah, that sounds right, okay. Strictest definition of a word of literally doing two tasks at the same time, because multitasking implies to me, if someone says I'm multitasking right now, it's kind of a... It makes me think that we're doing two active tasks at the same time rather than two passive tasks, right? Maybe that's just me. Not two passive tasks, sorry, a passive and an active task. It's like the same thing as putting a TV on in the background while you're, I don't know, ironing clothes or something. If you're not actively watching the TV, it's just a passive task. Which, you know, you do that all the time, I suppose. Do passive tasks and active tasks. It's like you're passively always aware of your surroundings, that sort of thing. Paying attention to your peripheral vision. But you wouldn't really classify that as a task. Now you might say, hey, dear darling, aren't you being a bit pedantic about this sort of thing? And yeah, I am. I don't think it's truly what I believe in. What I truly believe is, who cares? But I'm just saying it anyway, just because. Why not? It's just an interesting deep dive into that sort of thing. Because I don't know, would you call it multitasking if you're doing two passive tasks? Like you're, I don't know, what's two passive tasks? You were, I don't know, watching two TV shows at once? That sounds a bit strange. Because I think it's just, if you're not, I don't know if you can even watch two TV shows at the same time. That sounds very distracting for one thing, but maybe you can. But when people say they're multitasking, they're often referring to active things, right? But like cooking while they're also folding laundry or something at the same time, and that sounds honestly like a nightmare. I don't know why you'd do those two at the same time, but if that's just how your, I was gonna say hobbies, not hobbies, your chores line up, and that's just how they line up. And who am I to say otherwise? What are we gonna do? We're gonna go give Flick some stuff. Flick and swish. Then we will maybe have some more wood. I'm not really sure. But yeah, what's the thing? Somehow I'm multitasking. I don't know where I was really going with this conversation, to be honest. Like, normally they're meant to be intriguing thoughts to think about, or something, or like exploration or explanation of certain ideas. This was just like, I don't know, pointless. a random, I know, I hesitate to call it like a critique of the definition of a word. Multitasking, that's not really my sort of thing, you know? I don't know. I wonder what's the most things I've done while multitasking at the same time. I don't think I have an answer for you there. We should catch a tiger butterfly and a yellow butterfly, apparently. I don't think I have an answer for you there. It reminds me of this old, like, Flash game that I used to play, but I played a few times back on, which website was it? I think it was Congregate. It was either that or Armour Games. I can't, not that the details of that really matter. Wait, Flick isn't this way. Where am I going? Flick's below us. Well, it was basically kind of like a WarioWare style game where you had to multitask and do games at the same time. Except for it wasn't quite WarioWare, because WarioWare is you do them in series, right? You just have a few seconds to figure out what's going on and then execute. This one you actually had to do things at the same time. So like one of them was like a dodging. One of them was like a Flappy Bird mini game. One of them was like a dodging left and right, sort of like a pole position mini game. The other one was like a seesaw with a ball on it, and you had to keep the ball on the seesaw. There was some other ones. It was like 6 of them you had to do at the same time, and you had to get the high score, because if you lose in one of them, you lose in all of them simultaneously. So that's the whole point of it, is like how well can you keep these multiple different, I don't know, lines of thinking. Lines of thinking is not really right word. Multiple tasks going simultaneously in your mind, and you know, was I good at it? I honestly, this is the part where I say I'm like, oh, I wasn't that bad, or I was, you know, I was not great. I actually can't remember how good I was at that. I might have been terrible for all I know. So I guess that's sort of like a mystery that'll be lost to time, because you know, with a death or flash games of that sort of thing, it's a bit difficult to really judge how good you are. But that seems like that could be like an interesting concept for, you know, like an indie Steam game, like along the lines of Super Hexagon or something. In fact, it probably already exists. The game of multitasking. I suppose saying it like that doesn't really do it much favours, does it? It doesn't sound very appealing, like a banana might. Maybe we should just get rid of that coconut tree. I can't tell if it's growing. It might be growing, I don't know. We'll give it till tomorrow, I suppose. But yeah, 5 minutes. I guess we could finish putting down the paths in front of Abel's sisters as well. Do we need to do any of this? Complete DIY projects, catch fish. I can't be really bothered to do any of those. We'll just get this wood, and then I think we'll finish putting the path down. Well, I don't even know, because I'm not even sure how the path's going to go down in front of Abel's sisters. And I suppose we could try and figure out how the paths are going to go down in this main island bit, but even that I don't know. Oh, you know what? I should have looked for the sleigh. Because sleigh queen, to put it in the top right. So apparently, you know, I did check in one of these episodes, didn't I? And I was like, oh, it's not a craftable item, it's an item you just have. So I must have put it down somewhere, but... So, sorry, I must have put it in my storage and just not been aware of it this entire time. In which case, now's a good time to go fetch it out while I'm remembering it. I don't remember if it's a houseware. Okay, look for a jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell sleigh. I haven't seen it, so... Oh, there it is. Toy Day Sleigh. I wonder if it's customizable. Because if we can make it white, that'd be the best around. But we can't, so we'll not. Just by sheer definition of the fact we can't do anything with it. We don't need hardwood, from what I remember. It was just normal wood and softwood that we needed. You got what I need. I don't know what song that is. So it's going to ruin, I suppose, the white atmosphere that we got going on in the Ice Palace, but, you know, what can you do? If Nintendo don't give you the tools, they don't give you the tools to customise with. I also don't know how big it is. It's probably like 2x3, right? Big enough to theoretically sit in. Oh, it's tiny. It is considerably smaller than I thought. Not like in a bad way. It just, you know, is. I wonder if we can sit in it. We can. Look at that. Spin around. Nope. We can only sit that direction, apparently. Let's put it out a little bit. And move a snowman over. Snow woman, I suppose. We can only sit on it this way, which is not really how you sit. Honestly, I can't seem to rotate. Alright. Strange. Strange energy. Yeah, I don't know. Did I water my flowers? I did water the flowers. Do I need anything else? No, I still need to get the orange cosmosis from Benedict. I forgot to do it when I was talking about it. So that'd just be lost to time. No, it's fine. Of course it'll be fine. It's not like anything's going to happen to him. I've still got all my flowers, old flowers, stored over there. As I was trying my best to breed all the hybrids. But he hasn't played for ages, so, you know, his town probably looks terrible. I'm joking, but still. Yeah, no, multitasking. I feel like I read some of it was like part of your... It's just how your brain's wired, as how good you are at multitasking or something like that. I can't remember if that's true or not. I mean, we're all good at different things. Some people are good at multitasking, some people are good at other soft skills, which I don't really know. Is that... Multitasking isn't a soft skill, is it? I guess it kind of is. If anything, it's kind of just like efficient brain planning. But in real time. Does that make sense? That doesn't really make sense. I don't know what you're looking at, Lily. The clock? I don't know. Anyway, let's round this episode off here. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, share. What? Like, subscribe, comment, shares. Is that what I normally say? Very much appreciated. And links down below. You know what I should have said? I should have said this has been Animal Crossing and Spiritfarer. Oh well. I hope we can see each other again. But until next time. No, thank you for watching. I can't remember how I end these videos. Whatever. Until next time. Bye bye for now. Good enough.